Don't get crazy, don't bang it up against your car, but if you do, this will definitely still help. What's up everyone? In today's video, we're gonna be talking about stubby nozzles for your blowers. Now, these two specific ones are for the Ego brand, but there are also other attachment options that we're gonna talk about. So if you have a Ryobi or a Dewalt or whatever kind of blower you have, there's a stubby option for you as well. So I'll link all that stuff in the description for you, but let's go ahead and get into these specific two models. Now right off the bat guys, what you get with your typical blower is a long attachment, which is fantastic, using it around the house, all that kind of good stuff. But the stubby attachments are an incredible addition to your detailing arsenal. Just makes it easier for you to just kind of keep everything nice and direct, so that you can come up to it one-handed and get, blow off the vehicle, versus this, you kind of have to hold it with two. I don't know, it just makes your user experience much better when you have a stubby nozzle. So first up, we're gonna be talking about the only one that I ever used, and this is the first one I ever bought, and this is from the brand Stubby Nozzle Co. Now I have zero affiliation with them at all, but I have watched some of his YouTube videos, and I strongly recommend you guys go to the channel and check it out. He's done comparisons between all the brands, highlighting all the products. And one thing to note is when you do change the diameter size of the nozzle, it's like on a pressure washer. If you change out the orifice, it's gonna fluctuate the PSI and GPM. This is gonna do the same thing. It's gonna fluctuate the miles per hour and the CFM rating. So now right off the bat, these are pretty much identical between the two of them. But I just wanna highlight this one and show you guys really quickly before we get into this one, which is actually made specifically by Ego. This is a newer item. And as you can see, I have it in the package here, so we're gonna be checking that thing out together for the first time. So for the Stubby Nozzle Co. Blower attachment here, I've had this for probably, I don't know, time goes fast, maybe a year and a half, and it bounces around the back of my truck, and it's in perfect condition. It's a really, really good material. It is scuffed up a bit, as you can see there, and you can almost see, like, if it's CNC'd or whatever, you can see kind of like the track of where it's cut. But I haven't had any issues with it at all. It is stamped in their Stubby Nozzle Co. And this is actually just this piece. Now, they do ship them with this piece, but this is from a separate brand, I believe. This is from BLOWER brand. And these are really cool too. You can actually get these, you can attach them to whatever else. And what it does is it creates a rubberized tip. So if you're blowing your car off or whatever, anything with a delicate surface, if you get a little close and bump it, it's not this hard plastic on it. You get a nice rubberized piece, so you're not gonna cause any damage. Now next up is the Ego, like I said guys, and this is gonna be your best value play, I believe, because I think this thing comes in right around 27 bucks or something like that. It's under $30 or right about. So this is the first time I'm ever looking at this thing. Let's see here. They do have, I don't know what that's for. So as you can see, it has a little tab here. And this little rubberized sleeve is over that, so it's gonna hold it all in place, especially with these little marks as well. So that's nice. So you do get a rubberized tip on this thing, which is cool, so that if you do bang anything, again, it's gonna help protect it. I will state that the blower band is a thicker rubber, versus this one is quite a bit thinner, but still, that should serve the purpose, right? Don't get crazy, don't bang it up against your car, but if you do, this will definitely still help. Now, as far as the height of these things go, I mean, if we were to take the blower band off, we're slightly shorter on the Stubby Nozzle Co. one, but when we put it on, it puts us to a hair taller maybe. So essentially, exact same height. As far as diameter goes, it looks to me, yeah, pretty much the same, guys. If it's different, we're nitpicking. Pretty much the same there. So very, very similar size, almost identical. One benefit though, to the one from Ego is going to be the fact that you get a clip, a push down, so that when you install this thing, the Ego blowers have this piece here, so it sits right over that, snaps into place, and holds on. Then when you want to release it, you just push it and slide it right off. The one from Stubby Nozzle Co., as you can see, it just has this, right? So there's no actual button release. However, it's actually not that big of a deal. If you look inside of it, right, there's a little indentation there. So it's gonna grab onto that piece and keep it all nice and secure. And then there's also one on this side that also helps to grab onto it. And with this, you're able to slide it on. Okay, there you go. And then all you have to do to remove it, it's, again, definitely not as easy as the other, but you just pinch it here and here. It's going to make this spot expand out a little bit, releasing it from those spots. And then you should be able to pull it off. Now, it's, again, it's not the easiest thing to do, And as I talk about it, yeah, it's not, I mean, if you guys watch the videos from Stubby Nozzle Co, I'm sure he's done it a million times. He pops it off, no problem. For me personally, I leave this thing on, so this is really the first time I'm trying to get this off, or second time, because I did have it removed. And in their videos, they state don't take a screwdriver to it. I actually personally did. Let me go ahead and show you how I did it. I'm not saying this is the right way to remove it. He states you should just be able to just pinch it, top and bottom, and then pull it off. It's just not working for me, so hang on. So I simply grab a flathead screwdriver. Again, this is not recommended by the company. This is just what I did to get it off. So I just simply put it a little behind there, open it up, and then I was able to pull it off. You still have to get the clip on the other side though. Got it, there we go. So, like I said, not the easiest thing to do, but for my personal needs, right, using this on the car, and then I still prefer using this around the house as well. So I'm really not swapping it in and out. So for me, it doesn't really matter. But if it does matter to you and you do want to switch between, it's not the easiest thing to work with. Now there are two versions of this. There's a new gen and an old gen. That depends on your blower unit itself. So I was looking on their website, and I guess on the original version, this little tab here, you can see there's little cutouts in it. In the original, it's just flat. So they have one designed for that. Is that this one, and is that why I'm having troubles taking it off? I have a feeling it is. I ordered this so long ago, I don't remember. So that's probably the issue. Again, I just never noticed it because it holds on there really, really well, super sturdy, and I never take it off. Now, before we get into fitting these things on and kind of just testing the fit and finish of it, I do want to bring into your attention Pan the Organizer. My good friend Pan the Organizer also did a video on this one, but he compared it to the Apex Air nozzle. And that is a nozzle that Matt from Obsessed Garage helped to develop, I believe. I know they're available on his website, but I think he had some input on them. And with that one, it's a little more expensive. I think that one retails around 70 bucks with the blower band attachment. But that one's pretty cool because it snaps on, and then there's another piece you could snap on that they're developing more accessories for down the road. I'm hoping like an even smaller diameter so you get more forced air. But on the Apex Air website, it does show sold out. It is still available on Obsessed Garage's website. But again, like I said, pricing as far as these go, the Apex Air one's around 70 bucks. This one's 40 bucks for the Egos. And then the one from Ego is about $27, I believe. So $10 or so less than this one. I will note though, there are other ones on Amazon. I have not tested them, but there are some cheaper options. I don't know how good they work, and you do want to be careful because I'm sure they work well, but you want to make sure that they secure to the unit well. Otherwise, you put it on and then you turn your blower on, it could potentially blow off. So with that said, let's look at the fit and finish. All right, so I have two of the Ego units here, right? These are both the 765 CFM models, and they are both the newer generation. They both have the same cutouts on that tab. So first one, we're gonna go ahead and slip on the Stubby Nozzle Co. onto it. There you go, slips right on, holds extremely, extremely well. You saw me try to get the thing off, it's on there, right? Always, with any of these things, there's gonna be a little bit of movement. So that's not an issue. I'm even gonna put the factory nozzle on, okay? And as you can see, well, here, let me try and get this better for you. But as you can see, it jiggles, right? So there is movement to it, but as long as it stays on the unit, no worries. So let's go ahead and take the new Stubby option from Ego. Slide this one on, right? Just line it up. Slides on, snaps into place, good to go. And I gotta say, okay, so let's look at the movement here. Okay, versus the Stubby Nozzle Co. Pretty much the same. This one is a harder plastic. Like I don't know what the actual material, obviously it's plastic, but it's a pretty hard plastic. Versus this one is the same type of material as this, so it'll just, you know, you can flex it pretty good. Whereas this one's a little more stout in my personal opinion. This one feels like you could just squeeze it and it'll just create pressure lines, right? And it would just kind of fold over on itself. Whereas this one, now I've never done it, so I don't know, but it feels like if you squeeze it all the way, it would crack eventually. So yeah, so a little more robust right off the bat in that way. So as far as the fit and finish goes, guys, very, very similar. I think they both move a little bit on there, but they're both very, very secure. honestly, just looking at them, I don't know if it's because the blower band on there being a different color. The one from Ego looks to be a little bit more compact to me, but you saw it, we put them side by side and man, there's really no difference. So those are the two options that I have for you guys here. Again, go check out Pan the Organizer's video if you want to look at that Apex Air one, which looks really interesting as well. One more thing with the Ego, again, if you want to be able to remove it, go with the Ego. It's very, very easy, right? One-handed, super simple. I just want to show you guys, there are different, it seems like between the whole range of Egos, these will fit all the Ego blowers, but it seems like there's different, they're slightly different between the range from the different CFM models. And these are both built, they'll work. You might have a little bit more play with them, but this one has the clipping mechanism. And then down here, it's all textured. Let's see if that'll get, there you go. So as you can see there, and I don't know what that's for other than it kind of grabbing, I wonder, let's see. It almost looks like it has a little line to grab onto. Yeah, so maybe it does. The factory long nozzle has the same thing. And if you look on the blower, it almost looks like, right, so it'll be the clip on one side, the texture on the other. So here's the clip side, and the other side has this little line. So maybe it just helps to grab into. Let me see here. I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know what that's for. Is it lining up there? Yeah, it is. It does almost kind of sit in there. That line kind of sits in there, so it probably helps the torsional rotation of it. Again, I don't have any issue or any concern that this one's gonna blow off. I've been using it for a very long time. And again, oh, did I get it? Hey, I did it. Okay, so I can do it. It is easier now. You just got to get used to doing it. But again, I don't need to, because once this thing's on, this is how I use it. So good to go there. So that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. I just wanted to highlight these two items because the Ego is a new item from them that they made it specifically for their blowers. And it is a fantastic value. You're getting that rubberized tip. It's not the thickest, but it is there, which is very nice. And again, the value is very, very good. Quality of it, I don't know. It's great. It's not bad at all. This one, like I said, is a harder plastic, but I don't think that's gonna have any issue at all. So I will link both of these down in the description for you guys. Go check out the Stubby Nozzle Co. YouTube channel, because again, he did tons and tons and tons of testing. So really educational. I think that's how I first found this one, is I just did a simple search. I found that on YouTube, started watching his videos, like, oh, he's the Stubby guy. You know, it seems like he's been doing a lot of research on this. Again, the only thing that I could possibly say is there's no button to release, but again, you get used to it, or you just don't change it like me. So that's it for today's video, guys. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you're subscribed, turn on the notification bell, and we will see you on the next one.